We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. 11 MC, 11 MC.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep.
From the 27, Burrow.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in Everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 2.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
12.
Burrow looking to pass. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Going to be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Browns at 3-4 on the year coming into play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb.
He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
To the air yet again, Watson.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Trying to build on that opening drive touchdown, but the drive stalls out. And then you get the missed field goal here, so they wound up with nothing to show from drive number 2.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
To throw again on second down. Burrow, he finds his man, complete. It's Wise. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Come on, ready?
Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Mixon. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Now Burrow. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
A shotgun snap for Watson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. A nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender, because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Airing one out for Boyd. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That good for 19 on a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
From midfield now, Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
The Browns drive about to get started.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third and a few inches. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. A solid stiff, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
First down, here's Burrow. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Burrow. He finds his man complete. It's Wise.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
11 empty. 11 empty. 11.
And Burrow going to throw again.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Look that one in, and it made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for a 1st and goal.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Touchdown!
Joe Mixon.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden,
he's got a man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. It's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now. But he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Now, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two, right here 3. Remember, it was 2 in a row. We'll be hitting 3 in a row because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Burrow will throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
11 mighty.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Watson on 1st down. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Three yards remain for 2nd down. Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On 1st down, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Watson looks to throw again. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Watson now to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Take it in at the 22. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's going to go down again. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
This pass complete to Higgins. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's 2nd and 9.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb.
And able to get this to the 31.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 31, Watson, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Now Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this fourth down field goal try for the Browns.
From the right hash, this from 48.
York able to send this one through, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow, the quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 174 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On 1st and 10, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable for Grant. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan?
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And some room to work. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Mixon will try the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
DJ Reader there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. On 1st down, it's Watson. His throw incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E! The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And Chubb will try the middle here.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 68 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Well, that'll get them to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. And my goodness, another intercept. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And some room to maneuver. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And here he's got Graham.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. In motion, the tight end. On first down, they'll run with Hunt.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Browns have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. A good run on 1st down. It's got him very close to the line to gain, just shy of the 35.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And they take a knee.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation